Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is your boy Marcus. We're back with another video. Today, I'm joined by another guy from Bring the Juice podcast. My guy right here, Cody. How are you doing today?
Hey man, I'm good. I'm good. We were talking off air. Good to be back. It's took a couple weeks, a month off, and feeling refreshed, feeling renewed, ready to roll. And hey, it was a great day, I guess, to come back because the Colts finally won.
Absolutely, man. I'm not gonna lie. While I was at work, the Colts did struggle a little bit, but as soon as I left, I feel like everything just started to flow easily. Um,
Mm.
the defense just clicked. The interception and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna blame me for the win. I mean, Derek was at the game, so he probably had something to do with that too. And so was Eric. Shout out to Eric. But
Yeah.
um, but yeah, man. I mean, the Colts definitely put on the show. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into it. 31-3, Colts beat the Texans, first meeting of the year in the AFC South rivalry right here. One of the guys that definitely had himself a game was Jonathan freaking Taylor. Jonathan
Mm.
Taylor was so solid. But before we go ahead and get into him, I want to know your thoughts about the game, man. How did you like the game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Colts responded exactly how they needed to, especially after that embarrassment that was that fourth quarter and overtime against Baltimore. It was about time, man, that the Colts made a statement, and I thought there was no better statement win than against a reeling Texans team that's only has one win as well. So, yeah, I thought the first half, like you mentioned, I was a little bit upset with the team. I was like, how are you only beating them by a touchdown? This is Houston. They're not good. A lot of people said they're the worst team in the AFC, maybe in the NFL. So yeah, I think for me, first half was a little bit I felt like the Colts should have been up by at least 2 touchdowns, if not more. And then the second half, they did exactly what they needed to do. Man, they dominated from start in to start out in that second half. I mean, the defense especially stepped it up in that second half. I mean, you mentioned the interception, that Leonard interception that kind of turned the tide again after that offense kind of stalled to start the second half. And then you have some other plays. I know Kari Willis should have had a pick at the end at the first half, but I thought he had a solid game. And
Mm.
credit to Isaiah Rodgers coming in a pinch when Rocky Sin gets banged up and comes in and makes an interception. So yeah, overall, I thought the game went exactly how the Colts wanted it to go, especially defensively in that second half.
Yeah, man, I agree absolutely. Uh, let's just go ahead and talk about like Kari Willis. That interception was just so hands on. I could have
Mhm.
caught that. I was so yelling at my phone at that moment. It's like, how could you not catch that, Kari? And I know he wanted it so bad. Maybe he just was anxious, or I don't know what happened. It was a mental error, probably.
Mhm.
But the pick by Isaiah Rodgers was just so athletic. It just shows his
Mhm.
athleticism. And I just got flashbacks of that playoff games against the Bills. Like, even though it wasn't a pick six, but the fact that he caught it and just took it to the house, it's just like Isaiah Rodgers just flashes potential every time he sees the field. He's not perfect, but when he does make the play, he shows it, and he's so loud when he plays. He's just so solid.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing, Rocky Sin, in my opinion, still the best corner right now. Besides Kenny Moore, on the roster, Rocky Sin has been solidly probably the best corner on paper for the Colts. He's definitely shown it, been improved as well. Linebacker core for the day, they had their moments, but overall they had a really good game. Shout out to DeForest Buckner, he got a sack. We all predicted DeForest Buckner to have a game against the Texans. Like
Mhm.
the fact that he came out and got that sack, it was pretty good. T.Y. Hilton, oh my gosh, T.Y. Hilton was so good today. Even though he didn't get in the end zone, I think the passes was good enough. I dreamed about it last. I told Derek, I dreamed about a deep post pass to T.Y. Hilton, and it came true more than once. And the sideline passes was beautiful. Michael Pittman Jr. got involved. Paris Campbell scored. It was just an overall great day, man.
Yeah, it was. It was a great day offensively. Great to see the ghost back in there. It's funny. I just finished up kind of the post game recap with Derek and Matt, and we were just talking a little bit about it. How T.Y. Hilton just brings a different energy, man. He just brings something new that this Colts offense doesn't have. He brings just this presence that they lack when he's not out there. He's not the best receiver anymore, not the fastest receiver anymore, but he's still crafty, man. He can still get open. He finds ways to get open. Such a smooth route runner. Learned from the likes of Reggie Wayne. And I just love what T.Y. Hilton brings to this team. I think there's a reason why there was a movement to bring T.Y. Hilton back this offseason. And it worked out. And Ty means so much to this team, so much to this organization, so much to the city. It's so great to see him getting back now. And I know he had that quad injury, but he said he's fine. So hopefully that means he's good to go for next week, Sunday Night Football, because we're going to need him, man. He just, I mean, this passing offense, I thought, even though the stats may not indicate it, I thought that first half was the best this pass offense has looked. And that's including last week. You know, last week they looked really good. I thought they looked even better with how much they spread the ball around and how much everybody got involved was making big plays. I mean, 2 50-yard chunk plays in that first half. And I thought Carson Wentz just was on point today.
Yeah, man, he really was. Besides, missing the wide open targets, he just made up for it. And, that's just Carson Wentz. He's a 50-50 player. But, hey, he's not throwing any interceptions, so you're not getting no complaints from me.
No.
But the player we came to talk about today was Jonathan freaking Taylor. Man,
Yeah.
What an improvement he's making week by week. And he's just having big run after big run. And it's the thing the Colts fans want to see. Let me know your thoughts about Jonathan Taylor's performance today, man.
Oh, my. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, second half, he ran for 145 yards on 14 carries. 139 of those came in the second half. I mean, what can you say about this man? He actually had the longest run in franchise history today, 83 yards. He didn't even score on it. But the longest one in franchise history today, he is just a beast, man. When he touches the ball, he's a threat to take it all the way every single time. Kind of broke that game open and really started to seal that game for Indianapolis with that run. And on that drive, they ran with him 4 straight times. He had that big run. They ran with him on first, second, and he scored on third down. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, man, he is the workhorse clearly now. If it wasn't obvious before, it should be obvious now. Jonathan Taylor is not going to be relinquishing that spot for a long time. And he's one of the best backs in football. What can you say? He's picking up right where he left off last year. It's good to see the Colts. It was crazy how they kind of shifted. First half, they ran him 2 times. Second half, they ran him 12 times. So it's crazy how much the offense just completely shifted from pass heavy to run heavy. But Jonathan Taylor, when he touches the ball, I mean, he is just electric with the football.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful sight to see, especially him picking up the stride so early. We expected him to do this going to the postseason last year, even after losing to the Bills. We expected him to carry this momentum. And the fact that the run designs is outside runs. I say this week in and week out. The counter runs and the outside runs are just picture perfect for the Colts to run. The inside runs is not a problem, but I feel like the protection we got with Chris Reed, him going out there and blocking, he's a good pull blocker. I feel like the blocking ability for the Colts on the outside runs are picture perfect for them. And it literally showed. Even the fact that, Jonathan Taylor is a receiving back. He did drop a pass today. Not going to take that away. But he can catch the football out the backfield too. And the fact that you have Naheem Hines who could do the same thing, it just makes it so much better for the Colts because the play designs for the offense are endless. You could do anything you want with this offense. All these weapons, the jet sweeps with Doolin and Michael Pittman Jr., the freaking tosses to Jonathan Taylor, the tosses to Hines, if you want to put them in a 2-back set, it's just a beautiful design. And it's a thing the Colts fans wanted to see going into the season. Unfortunately, it took it to week 6, but I mean, hey, it's here now. I mean, they're getting better week by week. I'm just loving the game design for the offense right now. Let me get your thoughts about the design plays for the offense. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and for somebody who's been known to have a beef with Frank Reich about his play calling at times, last couple of weeks they have looked really good. The offense has looked really good, put them in position to score and do things. And yeah, I mean, I haven't had no complaints with the offense the last couple of weeks. Frank Reich has really, really stepped up his play calling, and it shows. And it shows with the confidence that Carson Wentz has gained, with the way the Colts have been able to run the ball the way they want to. The offensive line has finally gelled with Matt Pryor filling in at right tackle now. So, yeah, I mean, I think the offense is finally coming together as a unit for the first time this year. And it's showing, man, how much potential it has when people are actually protecting Carson Wentz.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. The protection is everything. And he literally shows it. He airs it out. He's getting all the targets. Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman Jr., T.Y. Hilton now, Mo Cox, even though he dropped a few passes. Maybe next week we'll see some Kylie Granson or Jack Doyle. But, hey, man, the opportunities are endless. But we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate you for joining tonight, Cody. Even though they may know you already, please let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys can find me at CP Felger55 on Twitter. If you leave a mean comment, I may comment and might try to embarrass you. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can find me and find the podcast at BTJ Pod as well. You can find us over on YouTube. Just type in Colts Podcast. You'll find us there. You can also find us on really anywhere you listen to podcasts. So whether that's Spotify, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor, anything, we're probably there. So yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's good to finally talk about a Colts win again, and hopefully they can continue this trend into the next stretch because I think it's very winnable.
Yeah, I agree too, man. We got a few W's in the near future, but like I said, once again, appreciate you for joining in. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to both channels. Please do so if you haven't already. This is Cody. This is Marcus. And until next time, you